Hello, it's CraftyRia and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be recycling these two humongous Christmas cards. Okay, maybe they're not really humongous, but they're big, bigger than usual. And I can't really cut them down to put them on smaller cards because the images are so big. But we're going to make it work. We're going to make two big Christmas cards. So what I did for these, I cut out two card bases that matched. I used an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock and just folded it in half. And I just cut them down to measure the same size as the card. Actually, this one I wanted to have a little bit of a white border on the edge. And this one I don't want to have any kind of a border at all. I happen to have this cardstock in my stash. I got it at Ollie's. It was a pack of this. It's kind of it probably doesn't show up on here. It's pearly and it's not quite white, but look, it matches this card just about perfect. So I thought I would use it for this card since it's so pretty. It has the gold, it's very elegant, and I thought it would be really, really perfect to use the matching paper with it. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and cut this tree out, and I think I'm going to pop it up on foam tape so the tree stands out against that glittery background, because right now that glittery background it's very pretty, but it kind of takes over the whole card, and I want a little more attention to the tree. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the front off this card as close to the fold as I can, as usual. I don't really want to give up any of the width of the card if I can help it. And I will set it on here and see how it looks, and that gives about a 1/16 of an inch border all the way around, which is perfect. And I'm going to cut out the center, the sentiment from the inside of the card. Now when you guys are cutting out your cards, when you have a piece like this left over, it is really nice cardstock for stamping on. A lot of the cards have a good texture to them. So I'm going to cut off that fold, and I'm going to put this in my stash. It's a great size for stamping on. Now this part has writing on it. I guess you could get a couple little stamps, but I'm just going to throw that part away. There we go. All right, so I will be cutting this out. Get my handy dandy self-healing mat out. Got my X-Acto knife, and it is actually an X-Acto brand, so I can say that and be true to the word. I'm going to try to trim it. There's a little bit of a red border that does not have glitter on it, and I'm going to try to trim it to try to keep a little bit of that red border. Alright, well there we go. I have it cut out. I'm going to take my scissors and trim it up just a little bit over here. I have too much red. Okay, there we go, and I will be putting it on this background. Now if you wanted to make a shaker card, you could adhere this down on the paper, and you could use this as your frame up top and put your shaker stuff inside like I showed you on the video from the other day, but today we're going to do the opposite. I'm going to adhere this down first. And then I will put some foam tape on the back of this. This foam tape I get at the Dollar Tree. There we go. So we have the Christmas tree raised up right off of the background. I think it looks quite pretty. I found this piece of red glittered cardstock in my stash, and I thought I would just stick this on it like that. It doesn't match exactly, but it's going to be on the inside of the card, and I think it's close enough. It'll still look good. For this, I'm going to use art glitter glue. Since it's adhering to glitter paper, I think it has a little more holding power on top of that glitter. And while I have it out, I'm going to go ahead and just use it on the back of this as well. Now I do want to spruce up the front of this card a little bit, and for that, of course, we're going to use my Bling box because, you know, I can't help but use it. I have big red bling and little red bling, and I want to put some bling on the center of all of these snowflakes, but I think I might use the little red bling for that. This bling is self-adhesive, so it's already sticky on the back. It's much easier to put them down when you have a string of them. I just put it down, put my nail in between both of them, and pull that adhesive apart, and they come apart real easy. I think I want to add something to that star up top, and I happen to have these silver rhinestones. And I think I'll just add one to the very top, just to give it a little more dimension. So there we go. This card is complete. And let's go ahead and do the next card. Okay, so for the next card, we have this Christmas tree card. We have this strip of gold that I don't want to waste. I do want it to show through this. And it has a pretty gold foiled sentiment on the inside. So I'm going to start by cutting this card in half as usual. And then I'm going to cut this strip off. And then I will cut out the sentiment. So I want this card to fit on this completely, but I want this edge to completely have that there. So I want to see how far over I need to cut this. I'm going to set it on here and decide kind of where I want it. I think I like that edge. Keep it together and make a little mark here where I want to cut. And trim that little piece off. Okay, that looks really good. I'm going to take this piece and adhere it down to the very edge of this card. I'm going to hold this card up like this and use the table as my guide to line that up perfectly. And I think I want a little bit of dimension on this edge, so I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape just kind of behind those pieces. And the rest of the card does not need to be popped up, so I'm going to put adhesive all the way around the rest. I'm going to put a double layer just to make sure it sticks down really good. And since I can't trim the folded edge, I'm going to do what I usually do, is put the folded edge down, put this edge here, and then just line it up. There we go, and that gives a little bit of a shadow effect, a little bit of dimension behind that, but yet the whole card is not popped up. So there we have that, and I do want to add some dimension to the front. As you can see, you might be able to see, there's some silver glitter as garland on this tree, but it doesn't show up all that well. But you know, we can fix that because I have a bling box. And I thought this silver bling would be really pretty to put just right over that silver glitter. And it already has a piece of silver bling there, and I'm going to take this small silver bling and put it on all of the rest of the stars. Alright, so that has some bling all around it. It has a very pretty decorative edge. And then the cardstock on the inside and the back match the front. It has some really pretty garland on the tree. I think it's very elegant, very pretty. So then I just need to mat the sentiment and put it on the inside. And in my stash, I found this gold paper, and again, it's not exactly matching, but to use just a small piece of it to mat this, it will be fine. This paper's pretty thin, and I would not use the art glitter glue on it. It would cause it to wrinkle. I got this gold paper a really long time ago at the Dollar Tree, and I have not been able to find it since. It was in a pack of all different metallic paper, and it's just so pretty. I used it so much over the years for recycling Christmas cards. I wish I could find it again. I like it because it's very thin, and it does not add a lot of weight to the card when you're using it as a mat. It's not good, it doesn't hold up on its own very well, but it's perfect for matting things. And there you go. So it doesn't exactly match the gold on the front, but since it's on the inside, I think it does pretty good. So we have these two cards all done and embellished and ready to give out or to send out. They're kind of big and thick. Well, not really thick, but since they're embellished a little bit and they have some foam tape on them, I prefer to use them for cards that I would hand out, or actually I'm giving them to my husband to hand out to his friends at work. So thanks again for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I would hope you come and join us over at our Facebook group called Create with CraftyRia. You can come there and share the projects that you're doing. I would really appreciate it. If you like what you see, please give it a thumbs up. And please leave a comment below. Let your friends know about this channel if you think they would enjoy. And also hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. Everybody take care and go get crafting. Bye-bye.